Hello there, everyone. It is Justin, your Eagle Skipper, here with episode 36 of Journey to the Top here with Darlington FC in the Sky Bet League 2, where, as you can see, we are going to be playing Torquay today, and it is a battle between first and second in the league because things have just gone according to plan. We have won almost every game since you were last here when we faced Crew and lost in the Papa John's trophy. Let's go through the games that we've had since then. Continuing on from that Crew game, we had a little time off. Then we faced Colchester. Scott Banks scored twice and got an assist to respin it off of another corner, giving us a 3-1 victory. Then we went and faced Burton, who were third in the league at the time, and Richards scored a brace, and when we won 4-0, then we faced Exeter, had a lot of rotation in the team, as you can see, and Yassin Ben El Mani came on in the second half and got us the tying goal. Then we went and faced Oldham and won 3-2, and just after that game, Steve Lynch got injured, so that's not great. He's not fully back yet, not even going to feature on the bench for us, but we should be okay. We drew 0-0 against Scunthorpe, very boring game. Then we faced Grimsby with another rotated team, and Luke Charman scored a 26-minute winner, and we just held on for the rest of the game. So that was good to see. But if we take a look at our squad, there's been quite a few injuries. Dixon Bonner in midfield is going to be out for a couple days. Neal is coming back from an injury. Hatfield is coming back from an injury. Steve Lynch is barely coming back from an injury. Christopher Rundle, who is a right winger, one of our youngsters, broke his hip and has been out for several months, and he's still got about 4 months worth of recovering to do. And this all happened after, of course, we loaned out somebody who is fringe first team in Corey Brennan just to get him some more game time because he was grumbling. So one of the things that we're doing is we're looking to bring in Darko Giabi from Leeds on loan, just because he's a upgrade in midfield and can help us see out this season. But let's take a look at the competitions, because I do want to show you that in the season preview we're supposed to finish 19th and Torquay is supposed to finish 24th, and yet here we are finding ourselves 1 and 2 on the table. So let's take a look at our team that we're going to be putting out to face Torquay today. We're going to be sticking with Davies in goal, even though if you take a look at selection advice, our staff like early over Davies. We're giving him a run of games, like every 5th game he plays, and then he plays in all the cups just to give him some game time. He's starting to train pretty well. He's playing in the under 18s all the time and has a good average rating when we call on him, but for this big game, we're going to be sticking with the guy that we know will do a job for us. In defense, we've got Thierry Small, Alan McFarlane, Reece Bennett, and Yiston Hughes. Ahead of them, we've got Mo Silla, who came in during this run of after Lynch got injured and has held down the defensive midfield spot. He is not the long-term answer, I don't think, but he can do a job for us in the short term. He's got some good determination, good decisions, and doesn't really let down as a deep-lying playmaker, even if he's not the best option for there. But then that pushes Joe White ahead of him into the box-to-box player with Matty Wolf playing in as our Mazzala. Then ahead of them we got Keegan, Banks, and Richards. Banks and Richards playing really well. Keegan has been abysmal. 6.6 average rating, even though that doesn't tell the whole tale. He hasn't scored in weeks. 6 games since he last scored. He scored both of his goals this season in that game. I think I'm just going to put him as an inverted winger just to get him to cut in and still cross, because I've just noticed that he is right-footed and not left-footed. So we'll see if that makes a difference. We may swap them around and have them both play as inside forwards at some point. But for right now, this is the team that we're going to be having to go out and beat Torquay, hopefully. So let's get into the match, go into the dressing room, pump our fists, tell them to show us what they can do to keep this run going, and tell them that we have faith in them being able to be the difference. We've got our zebra uniforms today. Let's just turn on the sound real quick so we can hear that little ambiance going on, but it looks like Thierry Small is going to take a throw in for the first highlight of the game, as we are able to get back possession and over to Mo Silla, who gets it up to Banks into Richards. But ball gets cleared out. Mo Silla does a good job of getting the ball back, gives it over to White, who looks forward, finds Bank, one touch to Richards, gives it back to Banks, takes a nice little touch, and Scott Banks scores after 2 minutes. Not after 2 minutes, before 2 minutes. In the second minute, Scotty Banks scores. Let's just take a look at this wonderful passing display from our entire team, really. Richards threads it through just nicely. He takes just enough time to get a hold of it and get a nice shot past the keeper. And yeah, XG gives him a 0.15, but we got that goal. He's been really crucial for us this season, so it's exciting to see that he's playing a role in this one as well, for you guys to see it, because he didn't play it in the last game that you guys watched. But yeah, as we're nearing the 15th minute, I think I'm going to not say anything, actually, because we are ahead. I would encourage them, but they've already got good morale. I don't like Thierry Small looking nervous. I may just shout to him and tell him, give him some encouragement. See, nope, that broke him. He's frustrated by me encouraging him. Sometimes I don't understand this game, and Wolf puts in a cross, but nobody was there, and now it looks like Torquay is going to be on the break because Yiston Hughes isn't trying to get back, but Respin it, able to slow it down a little bit for our midfield to get back at the very least. And some good pressing from the lads, and a lucky pass from McFarland to Davies. Gets the ball to the other side of the field, but it's still rushing back. And that's an absolute screamer. No way that should have gone in, but it was on target, and so it did. Yeah. Richards really should have done better with his pass, because he was able to get it across, get his head onto it, but Banks was not anywhere near. And McFarland, really it's just an all-around team effort to let that goal go in. We'll hope that they do a little bit better going forward. Let's just shout some encouragement to the team. I think that's what's really needed. Yeah, McFarland may be frustrated by that, but you can do it. I believe in you. 30 minutes gone by. Not a whole lot else is happening in this game. That's the one shot that they've had, and as the XG is showing, they should not have scored that. It's kind of disappointing on Davies' end, because he's technically the better player. Well, he's the better player, technically speaking, and mentally speaking. Although physically, he has a lot to do to get to the same level as our youngster, though our youngster isn't doing it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Thierry Small looking really tired. Let's go into the dressing room and tell them I'm not sure how we're not winning this match. Tell them I'm disappointed with the defense, and there's much more to come from everybody, and that I believe in them. Because really, the defense shouldn't have let that goal in. I don't like how Mo Silla has the frowny face, looking nervous. May look to bring on one of our youngsters who I've promoted for this game and we'll all see together a little run out for him, see if he's going to be up to snuff. As the sound starts to break, let's go ahead and watch the end of this highlight before we make a change. Scotty Bates looking for McFarland, and Respin it, hits it into the stands, not understanding where the back of the net is. Let's take a look at our subs, go into tactics. Let's bring White back for Silla. We're going to bring on Eden Fitzwater. He is showing as an attacking midfielder, even though he does a good job as a box-to-box. Let's just click on him real quick so I can show you. Box-to-box. Box-to-box. Oh. He ticks off all the boxes for a box-to-box midfielder, so we're going to put him in that role for Mo Silla. Give him a little run out, see if he can impress. Thierry Small's going to come off for Paul Gilbert. They both have been on international duty, so they're a bit tired. And I'm going to hold on to this last substitution, though I'm looking at Keegan and Richards as candidates for being taken off. Let's give them about 10 minutes and then demand more from them. Fitzwater's still nervous, but that's okay. He's in the box-to-box role and not the deep-lying playmaker role, so that shouldn't affect us too much, although Louis Annesley's going to have to come on after Easton Hughes gets injured. That's really the one place on the field that we can't afford to get an injury. I hope that's not too long of a... I hope he's not hurt too long, because we really need him in that spot. We may have to bring in somebody... or promote... No. Oof. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough effort. Let's demand more from the team. Fitzwater looks broken, but it's got the defense looking a bit better as Keegan narrowly puts it wide. Oh, really should have expected more from him. Although he's a winger and not really a striker. Or good in the air. I don't know. Let's let this feedback die down, and then let's fire him up, get him a little excited. Let's actually go attacking for the last 10 minutes of this game. See if we can inspire them to do something other than frown at me. Richards is smiling. That's good. And Bennett, the two guys who are disappointing as of right now. Well, okay, they're not the only two that are disappointing. Everybody's disappointing, and I'm just going to keep talking until this game is over because it doesn't look like there's going to be another highlight, except for maybe a closing one. But even as I say that, that is the end of the full time. So let's get into the dressing room and tell them that I'm not happy with their performance. Yeah, let's not do any individual team talks. That's got the team motivated going forward, which is all that we can ask for. That puts us in a 3-way tie at the top with Cheltenham and Torquay. Cheltenham are the team that we are facing next in 4 days' time. So let's just see how bad this Hughes injury... Oh, it's a 5 to 6 week sprained ankles. Let's tell them that he's gonna have his spot when he comes back. But let's take a look at who can potentially replace him. George Williams is really gonna have to step up. He is benefiting from training full time, although yikes. Although let's take a look at our team report and see look at the depth chart and include everybody who could potentially play there. Billy Hill out on loan, can't bring him back yet. Alan McFarlane can potentially play there, but he is left-footed, so not going to want to rely on him. Louis Annesley, George Williams. Oh boy. Well, that is going to be a thing we'll figure out off camera because that's the way the cookie's crumbling. But let's see when our next game is going to be. And right away, I'm thinking about this FA Cup first round. I'll go ahead and when that comes through, that's, well, who will play in tomorrow's episode. So I want to thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that, go ahead and smash that like button. Leave a comment if you'd like to name one of our youth intake players, and subscribe if you'd like to continue to join us on our journey to the top.